Now, well done, my brothers and sisters. So, our lesson today now mathematics. It is very important when we talk about mathematics because, as you see, all the thing what would they do in physics, it is already leading to mathematics. So, may we explain why, what is mathematics, and most importantly, why do you need it to understand science? So, maths, there are many ways they have tried to explain maths from the beginning. Like, if only you their house, suddenly somebody come into that house. Two of you can start a conversation. If another person enter into the house, it gives in a different mood. That time when only you there that house, only you their house. What oneness? It's a being of oneness, and only you. If somebody enter into that house again, now your friend or anybody, suddenly it become two-ness. If another person enter into the house, it become three-ness. Suddenly, if people keep entering, reach like 10, even 20, you may not like the house again. Because heat can start to do, in fact, you can start to feel uncomfortable when they reach 20. The feeling of 20ness, which is like a crowd have started forming already. I believe that is it. So a crowd have started forming already in your house. So all this thing means that it's a different, it becomes a different kind of scenarios for you. This is the kind of reasoning that I've been trying to for a long time, a way to define mathematics. So that is why maths have been defined as that's why maths have been defined as the abstract science of numbers, quantity, space. I would like to put logic here. They didn't put it. I want to put logic here. Abstract science on number, logic, quantity, and space. Mathematics may be pure. Maybe pure mathematics as applied. It can be pure mathematics like 1 plus 1, 4 minus 2, 2 times 2, what is 1? Or it can be applied, which is where the abstract is really, it can be applied. Sometimes it cannot be 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 2, but it's still mathematics. I will explain better to you. There are also other definition. This one I told you above. This one is more like the more modern, universally accepted definition, but just to get you understand it more. There are also other definitions, like early definitions. Aristotle defined it as the science of quantity. Then one August Comte defined it as science of indirect measurements. So I will show you other definitions people have given to maths over the years. Another one defines as the science that draws necessary conclusion. Benjamin Pierce. Peace. Yet, this other man, okay, I couldn't find I put near here. I couldn't find who defined it this way, but I found this definition very interesting as well. Mass is the mental activity which consists in carrying out one after the other those mental constructions which are indicative and effective. Yeah, this is another definition. Sorry that all this thing I'm putting it in English. One of the very big problem that Western education have created for us Africans is that you there is this intellectual slavery that all of us are in, which is what I'm trying to do something about. Example, this one defines that mathematics is a manipulation of the meaningless symbols of first order language according to explicit syntactic rules. While I understand what this thing means in its English form as it is, the problem is how to explain it to you in Pidgin English because we carry this burden of intellectual slavery, all of us. In fact, it seems the more educated you are in Western education, the more you carry this burden. So that's what that's what I'm trying to do something about. To make it, to create a knowledge base of for our own by we Africans to understand things on our own terms. But I will go back to Pidgin English once I finish showing you all these definitions. This one you find mathematics is the classification and study of possible patterns. Then Oxford English Dictionary defines as the abstract science which investigates deductively the conclusions implicit in the elementary conception of spatial and numerical relations and which includes as its main division geometry, arithmetic, algebra. Ronald Brown said he believed math is concerned with the development of language for expression, validation, falsification, deduction, calculation. This also involves the development of concept for expression and description of structure and patterns. American Heritage Dictionary defined it as the study of measurements, properties, and relationship of quantities and sets using numbers and symbols. Then, lastly, for this definition, the Encyclopedia Britannica defined as the science of structure, order, and relation that has evolved from elemental practices of counting, measuring, and describing the shapes of objects. It's fairly very simple. So I call it a simpleton definition. So having shown you all this definition, make I still go back to this first definition because there is something I found out for this first definition where I go use to explain other things. This one says the abstract science of number, logic, quantity, and shape. Mathematics may be studying its own right, that is pure mathematics, or as applied to other disciplines such as physics, engineering, as applied to other disciplines like physics, chemistry, biology, engineering, any other thing. As a matter of fact, you need mass in anything, everything. including, as I said before, the fact that you can read what I'm writing here means that you're already doing mathematical calculations. If you are not calculating mathematically, you won't be able to read what I'm writing, neither will you be able to hear what I'm saying. If I suddenly start speaking Japanese or Chinese now, you won't be able to understand me because your brain have not done the math of the alphabets of those words. But because I'm speaking to you now or writing to you now, let me just show you what your brain is doing now mathematically. So for you to understand it, the English alphabet, you already know it, A to Z. So everything I'm writing or saying, I'm doing it with combination of all the letters that you already know. So what your brain is doing to even hear me is that because you are adding A plus B plus any other thing. For example, if I L plus E to make up the word able. So I have said able before. Your brain have calculated distance very fast. Because it's happening so fast, that's why you no longer know it. So whoever made the brain made it for you or for us all to be able to use it to make fast calculations like this. So this is why you cannot do anything. Nothing can be done without mathematics. It's the same thing as 1, in fact not 1, from 0 to 9. This A to Z is something like 0 to 9. If you wanted to calculate 1 plus 2, which is among the letters, is equal to 3. If you wanted to know 8 divided by 2 is equals to 4. If you wanted to know 5 times 2 is equal to 10. So math isn't only about numbers. It's also about letters and pictures or images. So as you can see it here now, math is not only about 1, 2, 3 or ABCD. Math is also something you do without knowing it. Let's say your house is here in this picture, this express road, and your school is somewhere here now, meaning that you have to cross this road. You come down from here, you cross here every day, you go straight to here every day. That's what you do. That ability you have to subtract and minus the distances of cars here, to navigate it so that a car doesn't hit you. The fact that you're able to cross this road safely means that you have made very right calculation to dodge the cars while they are speeding off. Not that the cars are not waiting for you. Each is moving at its own pace and different speeds. You know the right time to move in, the course and the way to be. You cross here, you cross over here, go to the other side of the road. A car didn't hit you. While you are doing this thing without knowing it, you are solving a math equation. or you are typing. When you are typing on a keyboard, as this is, you type com, C-O-M-E here. That's a mass equation because you understand both the alphabet and many complex things working in your brain. Without knowing all those things, both the alphabet where you need to press, you cannot know type com on a keyboard, including a piano, a musician, a piano keyboardist playing here. If he doesn't know the sound of this coming from the tune coming from each key on this piano, if he doesn't know the mass of it, he can't be able to play a tune here. This piano will just be useless. In fact, if you don't know how to play, you don't know how to play it. That's because you have not understood the mass behind it. So as you can see, nothing can be done without mathematics. But then, let me return. Why do you need it to understand science? Why do you need mathematics to understand science? The reason you need it to understand science is because this is how nature is. It's like a blank keyboard. But it comes with codes, as I showed you before. The keyboard with keys. You say you are in a, you say you are in a hospital. You cannot speak. You can't speak. So the nurse or doctor, they gave you this keyboard, which is blank, and told you that anytime you need their help, they have connected a wire from this keyboard to a screen in their theater, wherever they are, in their office. But you are in your own hospital bed. They say anytime you need our help, just type "com" on this keyboard, and we know that you need help. Someone will come and attend to you. So what do? You must know where C-O-M-C-O-M-E is on this keyboard. That logic you're using to find it, you're already solving a math equation. As a matter of fact, this is a good example of why you need math, both in physics or biology, because nature is written in codes, mathematical codes over years. People know say everything there as code. So the patterns of nature for your ability to understand it using logic, math. That's why you need it to understand science, because science, as we said from the beginning, is all about studying nature, how nature works. So how nature works, how do you understand it? You understand it by understanding those codes that make up nature. It includes as well as this keyboard. If somebody said, anytime you play me a good tune, I will give you, in fact, a particular tune. You can play the Nigerian national anthem here or any anthem of the world. If somebody told you, anytime you play me Arise or Compound Trust on this keyboard, I will come and give you money. So all you have to do is find the code. The code is all here. Here. That's how nature is written. Nature is blank. It's up to you to find those codes. That's to do it, you need math. You need to find it out with logic. Let me return to this beautiful example. Let's say you live here, your house is here, and your school is here, and we even know how many. Let's say just a few, like 100 meters. 100 meters. Okay, let's say it's about like 500 meters or whatever it is. But you cross this place every day to go to school. You go back when you finish. When the school dismiss, you go back in the morning. You come in the afternoon. You go back to in the morning. You come in the afternoon. You go back to her. You do this every day. So if you suddenly went to school one day, your teacher know because you understand this road, it's very wide. Suddenly wanted to ask you. Suddenly maybe ask you how many no how long do you think you spend crossing this road? How long do you think you spend crossing this road? How do you answer that question? So you begin checking what you have to calculate. What's the whole distance from your house to that school? Is it 1 kilometer? Is it 2 kilometers? You begin quantifying it. Then when you check it, after checking it, then you begin asking yourself. In fact, you can actually measure it. If you know how many kilometers your house to your school, how many meters or kilometers, whatever the case is to your school, you can actually divide it. When you divide it, you see its mass. You get maybe 1 kilometer or 100 meters, whatever it is. Then you have to check the time it takes you from your house to get to your school. If you know the time it takes you, then you have to check. Or you need to divide it. We don't do something about speed and before. If you divide the correct sums, you will know exactly. If you subtract what it takes you to move from here to here, which is the size of this road, you can predict or get, at least an average number of how long it takes you to cross this road every day. So you can be able to tell your teacher, it takes me so minutes to cross this road. So you have quantified it with that mass. There's no way you can be able to quantify it to say it takes me 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 5 minutes. That's why mass is very, very important. Those numbers we are talking about, that's codes that are in nature, are only not on the road or numbers relating to physics I talked before. Even in chemicals, in chemistry, everything like hydrogen, all the elements in the periodic, all the elements that exist, both the ones that exist naturally and the ones that are manufactured by man, all of them are written with codes. Hydrogen here, oxygen here. If you add hydrogen, you see you have one atomic number 1. If you add hydrogen plus oxygen, atomic number 8, you get water. So, as you can see, it's addition. If you remove if some of them is mixed, you remove one thing there, which is subtraction. You get a different substance. So if you check here, you see all there are numbers here and there. Everything here is numbered. All the elements have numbers. Now these numbers are known. They have been found out to have these numbers, all of them. They are not random numbers. These numbers that are known over the years. Scientists have found out this number. They have an atomic number, boiling point, atomic mass. Hydrogen, for example, combines with other elements here to form various other compounds. I will just write it down without saying anything more so that you will see that it's all about mathematics to understand nature. when it's one atom here this side on the equation, it's not always written. This one I want one atom of hydrogen, one atom of chlorine. It's not always written like many of them above. If you see it like this without number here, know that it's one atom, one atom. Just for emphasis. So as you can see, nature is written in mathematical codes. Understanding these codes is what science is. So for all these reasons, that's why maths is very important to understand sciences. Because nature, that we talked before, science, the study of nature, nature itself is written in codes. You need to know those codes. You need to know those codes that nature is written in order to understand science. Without knowing those codes, nature is written. It's impossible for you to understand science, because science is the study of nature, and nature is written in codes. In order to understand codes, you need to know maths, you need to use logic. That is why mathematics is required for you to understand sciences. As I told you, if you cross a road, it took you time. It took you space to do that.